Live coding is about exploring failure and exploring error.
There's a real immediacy to it. It's testing things immediately and seeing if it works or not.
Live coding has a bit of a diversity problem.
Research is showing that there's a significant imbalance in gender in areas of music technology. So I decided in the end to take a risk and see how we would get on with all-women environments.
I think anything that I can do that will improve making music on my software is going to be a good thing, but then playing this morning, I really want to try doing this like a lot more.
You have a very diverse group of people, and within that there's two quite specific skill sets. There's knowledge of music and knowledge of computer code, and teaching those two simultaneously is quite complex.
This is doing 2 bars of each. We can change that to infinite and it just won't stop playing. But if another thing says 2, it will stop.
Live coding is like virtuosic coding or whatever, whereas actually the more modern view of that is more
Scrappy hacked together. It's the hacking and the crafting and the making with code.
I didn't even know there was such a thing as a beginner's level.
Is it easy to import samples in?
So it's good to find out that you really can start from scratch with very simple blocks of code.
The sound's already there and it's just you putting them together and making stuff from that, which I think is really interesting.
I've been learning a bit of Max MSP, but the progress has been really slow. I was like, when am I ever going to use this bleep bloop in my performances? But that was straight away, I could make a beat. We could algorave right now, to be honest. It's great.
There we go, we're mixing.
What I wanted to do was create environments where people can take risks, not worry about who they are, or how they might be judged in any way whatsoever, because that's how you learn. It's you take a risk, you make a mistake, you get massive feedback, you can fail and grow.
One of the great things about doing a women-only workshop on coding is it kind of removes all the sort of like gender issues around like technical skill sharing.
The community creates a very comfortable environment for us. I think it's a very good chance to meet everyone, especially from different kinds of area.
My ideal of a workshop would be that two people sitting next to each other who have different skill sets are able to like help each other with what they're doing.
Learning via teaching, that's it, you know. And if people are doing that on the fly, that's pretty impressive.
The objective is to build communities, in this case coding, but communities where girls can work with mentors and really develop their confidence, and then flood the rest of the community with more girls and women.
Yeah. Come on, stand up
The other thing which I think is really important is visibility of women in music technology and sound and DJs and all sorts of fields. I think a lot of us feel that girls need to see role models, people more like them working with equipment.
So I basically just said MIDI to this. I'll let you pass it round.
I like my Roland Juno 106, you know, and so I play that using code, and that brings me great joy.
I was reading an article about Joanne, and it was just, I had a link to her to this workshop, and then it was like a wait list, and I was like, oh, I'll just join just in case. And then they emailed me the next day and they said, oh, we've got a place, and I was like, oh my god, yes.
I actually heard this about Yorkshire Sound Women's Network from my male friend George, who runs a record label and a music review website, and he really cares about, you know, the lack of women in the industry, and he was like, these people are great, if you ever want to write about them or interview them. And I was like, I'll just join them.
And we're really happy that to have the support of the Live Coding Research Network and Yorkshire Sound Women Network
one of the great things to come out of these kinds of workshops is sort of forming a community, and even if it's just a temporary community of like, you know, you were in a room for 6 hours with the same people and you shared some experiences of like making errors with your code or making a really nice sound with your code, that's a great outcome. And if it goes on then as well to form a more solid community, that's even better.
When we posted this workshop online, it was full in 2 hours, and then there were 34 people on the waiting list. So I think if there was ever a sort of proof of concept or an idea that we want to create these situations, people want to do it, that's reinforced that massively. And I think that we're going to see more, certainly in this case, live coders, people really keen to become mentors for other people, a significant change.